Hey guys, I'm here to talk about the Saga of Gunnlaug Serpent for week 2 of the Sagalong, which is a read-along hosted by Elena Macredina, Steve Donoghue, Mark of Richardson Reads, Crystal of Biblio Atlas, and myself. I will also leave a link to a video by the Bookish North, who's a booktube channel. She's doing, I don't know her name unfortunately, but she's doing some great videos for the Sagalong. And I'll leave a link to the video she did on the Saga of Gunnlaug Serpent, which I haven't watched yet, but I will. I wanted to get my thoughts out before I watched her video. But she's doing some great videos, so I'll leave a link to her as well, even though she's not formally a host. So this was a much more successful reading experience for me than the Saga of Eric the Red. I really liked this saga. It centers on Gunnlaug Serpent, who is a noble-born poet, and his rivalry with Hrafn, who is another noble-born poet, for the love of Helga, who is a noble-born woman who is, as you might expect, very beautiful, and who actually loves Gunnlaug, even though she ends up being forced to marry Hrafn. So it centers on the two men's animosity between each other and the duels that they engage in with each other over Helga, and yeah, they also developed mutual dislike. Actually, it's kind of funny. They develop a conflict over Helga, but their initial dislike for each other was actually sparked by Gunnlaug criticizing one of Hrafn's poems, and Hrafn just was pissed off by Gunnlaug calling his poem bad, essentially. Yeah, anyway, and this story really felt like in the vein of a lot of sort of chivalric romances, especially with this duel between two lovers over a woman, and also Gunnlaug at the beginning of the story goes on sort of a little tour of like Northern Europe, going to various kings' courts to perform his poems, and sort of to build his reputation as a poet before he sort of takes over his title from his father at some point in the future, and so that felt very sort of reminiscent of chivalric romances, and with like a bard going around to many courts and performing, and there's also sort of a star-crossed lovers theme, because eventually Helga is pushed into marrying Hrafn, even though she actually loves Gunnlaug, and she actually withholds sex from Hrafn, which I thought was kind of funny. She doesn't love him, but is forced to marry him. So, just to show her solidarity with Gunnlaug, she withholds sex from Hrafn. I thought that was a little funny, and it's very melodramatic. I mean, Helga ends up dying, I think, of basically unrequited love for Gunnlaug, because Gunnlaug ends up dead at the end of the story, but she's still alive, and I think the author says that she grows ill in one way or another, but I think really she just kind of is dying of love, which is kind of why I thought putting together my little introduction with the prelude to Tristan and Isolde would be appropriate, because theme of that opera is also love-death, sort of, a love that can only be fulfilled in death. And I also just thought that the melodramatic story of this saga really lent itself well to being adapted into an opera. I would really love it if that happened. I doubt it will, but it would be really cool. But yeah, anyway, Gunnlaug just as a character is great. He has this really strong personality. He's incredibly impetuous and kind of impulsive and headstrong, which can lead him into trouble. He does piss off some people, including Hrafn, but others as well. There is this one sort of funny scene where he goes into a king's court and just sort of threatens the king for no apparent reason, and then is, as you might expect, kicked out. I guess he's probably lucky he wasn't killed. But his impetuosity can also lead to good things. He does sort of impulsively decide that he's going to take down this major thief who's been at large in London when he's at the court of the King of England, and the King of England is sort of astounded that he would try to fight this thief, because the thief is really sort of this big tough guy, and so the king gives Gunnlaug his sword to fight this thief, and Gunnlaug wins and vanquishes this horrible thief, and so his impetuosity can lead to good things as well, because it really, it takes a sort of impulsive personality to want to fight this big thief who was this sort of big guy when you're a sort of scrawny little poet. And the plot is very fast-paced, and that made it really sort of a page-turner for me, which I don't usually expect from these old sort of sagas and epics like this. I will say that most of the characters, aside from Gunnlaug, aren't very fleshed out. Hrafn basically exists in opposition to Gunnlaug, and not in any other degree, really, and Helga, as I said, does exercise some agency in her refusal to sleep with Hrafn, but other than that, she basically just exists to be in love with Gunnlaug and to be his love interest. But that didn't spoil it at all, and again, I think that actually would make this story really ripe for adaptation into a play, or into an opera, or into a novel even. So yeah, I really enjoyed this, yeah, I wanted to do a fun little intro. That's why I made that little intro with the prelude to Tristan and Isolde. So anyway, don't think much of it. I just thought it was fun. But yeah, so this was good, and I'm looking forward to watching everyone's videos. I want to hear everyone's thoughts in the comments if you're not making videos, or if you are making videos. Yeah, for next week, we are doing the King Harold Saga, which should be great fun. I ordered my own copy on Friday, and it's supposed to actually arrive today, so I will actually have a book to hold up for you, some visual aids. Yeah, anyway, so I will see you for that, and you all have a nice day. Bye, guys.